I'm Tammy Jones, and I am the 2014 U.S. Amateur Champion.
I'm Linda Wang, and I'm the 2017 U.S. Amateur Champion.
My name is Dana Aft, and I am the 2013 U.S. Amateur Champion.
My name is Kenneth Brisbane, and I am the 2014 U.S. Amateur Champion! Yes! Yeah, baby!
Top of the morning, folks. Welcome back to continuing coverage of this year's U.S. Amateur Championship from Strokers in Palm Harbor, Florida. I'm your host, Jason Bowman. We have come to the final day of competition at this year's U.S. Amateur Championship, and early this morning we've got a battle of the Jasons. We got Jason Jones from Enterprise, Alabama. He's going against Jason Sheerman out of Port St. Lucie, Florida. And again, I'm Jason Bowman, your host, so if you are feeling a little confused early this Sunday morning, you're probably not the only one out there, but we'll try to walk you through it. Walk you through this race to 7 combination of 8-ball and 9-ball. Up to 5 games of 8-ball, 8 games of 9-ball. Again, this tournament's a double elimination. I believe both of these players are currently undefeated, so regardless of the outcome here, they'll be moving on. Winner of the coin toss again chooses the break or the format. From the looks of it, they're starting in the 8-ball set. And Jason Sheerman of Port St. Lucie, Florida, will have the break. Get ready for a whole lot of Jason this morning, folks. We start the day with a dry break. And now we'll get a chance to see Jason Jones. We mentioned Jason Jones out of Enterprise, Alabama. Been playing pool for 34 years. Some other notable matches this morning. We got Ernesto Bayawa and Blake Baker with a rematch of the first round. They have both absorbed a loss now, so one of them will exit the tournament. We'll try to keep you updated on that match if we can. Got another undefeated match this morning. Clint Clark and Daniel Gamble. So it looks like there are 4 unbeatens remaining. We'll have 5 rounds today. Play will be continuous today, so once we're able to finish up a round, we'll start the next relatively quickly. The winner of this match will go on to face the winner of the Gamble-Clark matchup. loser of this match will move to match 244. Again, I'm looking over the CompuSport bracket as Jason Jones takes an early lead in this race to 7. First game of the 8-ball set there. He will have the break. So I believe the Baker by Owl match is the last match on the undefeated side. No, there's one more in play. And that is Johnny Griffin and Josh Watson. So 4 matches going early this Sunday morning here at Strokers in Palm Harbor, Florida. Should be a fantastic day. We'll be bringing you each round today, all 5 rounds. And we'll do our best to keep you updated on scores as best we can as we whittle it down from... Started with 117 players, 128 qualified, 117 made it here to Strokers. We're down to the final 8. Again, if you're just joining us early here on Sunday morning, East Coast time, 9 a.m., got Jason Jones and Jason Sheerman. The battle of the Jasons. On table 3, the streaming table, both undefeated thus far in this year's event. There are 3 other matches in play, 1 on the undefeated side, 2 on the one-loss side. Five total rounds here today at Strokers as we wrap up this year's U.S. Amateur Championship. Two former champions still in contention. Blake Baker, the defending champion, and former champion Ernesto Bayawa. One of them will be eliminated this morning. And again, we'll see if we can't get some updates as we go on some of these other tables. If I can get Brad's attention. He's on the comments. I don't think he can hear, though. Daniel and Clint are on the winner's side of the bracket still. Do you think you can periodically grab updates from some of these? Okay, perfect.
So I'm just going to try to keep updates on the comments.
Awesome, that's perfect. And then we're down to the last 8, right?
Yeah.
Finally. Folks, so if you're wanting updates on other matches, I just talked to our referee, Brad Jones, and he's right here on the Facebook page. He's going to throw some updates in there as we go to keep you guys updated. Looks like Ernesto currently up 2-0 on Blake Baker in that match. Again, you can find the brackets at compusport.us. You can track all the action in this year's U.S. Amateur Championship from beginning to finish. Or you can just type in the name of the player you're wanting to track and it'll show you on the bracket where they appear. Jason Jones now leading Jason Sheerman 2-0 in this race to 7. Getting ready for the third game of the 8-ball set. Happy Sunday morning to all you folks tuning in bright and early. Starting your day with a cup of coffee and some pool, some good pool. Looking over some of the names no longer in the tournament. One that stuck out to me, Terry Edwards. Of course, we had 2 different matches with him live streamed since Friday, and he dominated in both, but just goes to show you how difficult the competition is here at Strokers and for the U.S. Amateur Championship. Guy like that wins, I think, 7-3 and 7-0, and he's not even around on the final day. So again, you can track all your players there on compusport.us. Question about why aren't the 2 former champions on the streaming table? Few reasons for that. One, we already had their match, or a match of them, in the first round. We want to give everybody an opportunity as best we can. And we thought more appropriate at this point to focus on an undefeated matchup. I don't know that Jason Jones, has he been on the stream yet? So again, what I tell all the players is if you want to get on the stream table, you just keep winning. And the stream table will find you. A match update there. Clint Clark currently up 2-1 on Daniel Gamble. Josh Watson up 2-1 on Johnny Griffin. Kara has just dropped her phone here on the streaming booth. And as we said, Ernesto up 2-0 on Blake Baker. Still very early on in these matches this morning. All race to 7. That Clark Gamble match again is also a matchup of undefeateds. Down just to the final 8. This is Jason Sheerman at the table. Jason's wife Julia finished as the runner-up in the women's division. He's had quite a run here in the open division. Pretty good weekend for the Sheerman household. I know we joked about it yesterday, but certainly wouldn't to find them on a Jack and Jill doubles bracket. Holy cow. Pretty quiet morning here at Strokers. In addition to the 8 still playing, I would say there's probably another maybe 10 people here just kind of checking it out. That might pick up a little bit today. Usually it picks up a little bit on the finals days. Hard to say this year though. I mean, with the pandemic going on, a lot of folks probably prefer to be able to tune in right here on the APA Facebook page. That's the great thing about the streaming. So regardless of whether you're here or whether you're at home, get to see how this event plays out. Jason Sheerman looking to cut in the Jason Jones lead. This is Jason Jones' 7th appearance here, and he's never finished in the top 8. He said, I'm way overdue. So, goal accomplished, right? Already in the top 8, but he's looking for more now. His pool goals are to win all 4 of the APA's major amateur events: APA Singles 8-Ball, 9-Ball, U.S. Amateur Championship. And he's already been on a team that won the Masters, so he said 1 down, 3 to go. That's pretty cool. Plays with a Steve Hildebrand custom cue. Wow, this is this is pretty interesting. When asked who have been influences in your life and pool career, Jason says, my biological father wasn't around much, and I knew 2 things about him. 1, he was a truck driver. 2, he played decent pool, so I played pool to try and impress him. I was too young to drive, so some pretty remarkable stuff in this bio Jason filled out. Been playing pool for 34 years. He also wanted to give a shout out to his wife, Heather. He said is a majorly supportive wife, but she couldn't be here for this particular event. So shout out Heather Jones if you're tuning in, watching Jason accomplish his goal of finishing in the top 8. She's already done. This is Jason Sheerman at the table now. Again, Jason Sheerman Looking to cut into Jason Jones' lead. Well, I think we're going to have a guest join us this morning, a little guest commentator. Good morning. I'll let her get set up before I introduce her. Oh, she is here. Okay. Jason's wife is here, Heather Jones. Thank you for that. Got a guest with me here in the booth now. None other than our newest U.S. Amateur Champion in
For
the
the
women's
women.
division. Yeah. Jeannie
Hello,
Seaver.
guys.
How you doing, Jeannie?
I'm excellent. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me. This is exciting.
Taking in the final.
Oh, he tried
top-
to force it over, and I'm sorry to interrupt
That's
you.
all right. Taking in the top 8 matches, or the top 8 finishers here now. You know anything about either one of these guys, Jason Jones or Jason Sheerman? I know you played his wife in the finals.
I did. Yeah, Julie has come a long way in her game. I'm actually very proud of what she's been doing with her game. Yeah, I've known both of these people for a while, Jason and Julia Sheerman. Jason Jones, actually, I just met him not yesterday, the day before. We took a group picture, and he said, "This is my prediction. You won the women's, and guess who's about to win the men?" And I'm like, "Oh, okay." That's
Nice. I like
Yeah,
the
so,
confidence.
Yeah, he was just joking, but
Yeah, but kind of serious, right?
I'm
He's
still,
getting closer
yeah.
and closer. Of
He
course,
took
he just
it and he said the words. He
he's
took the
now
picture
up
and said the words.
3-0 here after Jason Sheerman. He pockets the 8, but unfortunately scratches in the side.
Yeah.
It's got to be frustrating. I know I'm sure that's happened to you a time or
Oh,
two.
of course.
Big match and come up with a big shot only to.
Yeah, it was a tough cut. Tough cut and then punished.
So tell me all about the ways your life has changed since you won the U.S. Amateur Championship.
That's so
Did
funny.
you go to Disney World? Did you?
I did not.
No
I've been
Disney
here.
World. You've been
I've
to
been
Tarpon
watching
Springs
here.
and
I've
yeah.
been watching the guys.
You have been. You've been here pretty much every day, right?
Yep. Had
you
quite
really
a few
like
friends.
to watch pool too, yeah.
Had to cheer them on, Raymond Linares, of course. He's been working hard on his game, but he had a tough tournament.
Raymond's a good guy, former U.S. Amateur Champion. He's joined us in the booth a time or two. Not a bad commentator. Likes to walk us through the rack a little bit. So what's next for you, Jeannie, in terms of tournament play? You got any other tournaments lined up? I know you stay pretty busy with playing and.
I stay busy with my day job.
Yeah.
Really,
What do you do during the day?
I'm a nurse.
Okay. Oh
Yeah,
wow, I
so
bet you've been super busy then.
very busy, but I love it.
Yeah. Is that what
It's-
brings you over to this side of the state now? I know you were on the East Coast side, right? For a number of years?
Many years. I still love the East Coast. It's nice to be over here. It's changing scenery. The
Yeah.
water is much bluer and clearer and
Calmer, right?
Yeah.
Couple balls on the break there for Jason Jones. So how long have you been in Tarpon Springs? How long have you been on this side now?
I've been over here on the West Coast for about a year.
Okay. Sounds like you've integrated yourself pretty well into the pool scene in this side of the state.
Yeah, I tend to make myself known in the pool world
Nice.
somehow. Yeah, Jason had a nice break here. The only thing is that 7 ball's tied up, so that's probably what his main focus is right now, is how to find a way to break it up. If the 2 goes past the 14, he might be able to do it now. The problem would be getting a shot next. So I would leave the 6 there and probably go for that breakout now.
Again, this is Jason Jones at the table. We were joking earlier, it's a battle of the Jasons. And I'm a Jason, so we've got
All kinds
we had
of
an all
Jasons
Jason
around
morning
here.
until Jeannie joined us, so thankfully breaking it up.
Jeremy's not commentating anymore?
Jeremy will be here later today.
Okay.
He stays. The way we work it is I come in. He's a pool player, right?
Oh,
so he
yeah.
likes the evenings a little bit more than the
Mhm.
mornings. So I'm here in the mornings, and we overlap midday, and then he comes in a little bit later. He should be here probably for the 3rd round on, I think, today. I told him to come in a little bit later. It's-
He tried to get the breakout there, but he didn't put enough English, not enough right spin. So now he's stuck. This is the worst thing that you could ever be in, position-wise, in a game of 8-ball, is where you have 1 ball left and you can't make it.
Right.
So his best bet, he's probably just going to go rail first and skim it so that it stays with the 11. And try and get the cue ball up table. Oh, he went for the 7-ball 2 rails. Wow.
Again, if you're just joining us on this Sunday morning, you're watching live coverage of the U.S. Amateur Championship. Got Jeannie Seaver here calling the match with me. I'm Jason Bowman, APA. 5 rounds today to be played here at the U.S. Amateur Championship.
Definitely have to thank the APA for having this event.
It's great to have an event. I got to be honest with you.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
had been November 2019 since our last U.S. Amateur Championship, since we did any major APA events. And our hope is that by doing this one, and knock on wood, doing it safely and healthy for everybody, we can hopefully be back in August in some bigger events in Vegas. Bigger in size, certainly not in terms of prestige, but have you been able to continue to play in a lot of tournaments and things? I mean, Florida's been relatively open, so I don't know if there's been a lot of tournaments to play
having
in.
a lot of tournaments.
That's
so,
awesome. Some places are
yeah.
not so fortunate.
We only shut down for like 6 weeks,
Yeah.
and luckily we have a pool table at home, a nice diamond. and
Nice.
yeah, so I can practice at home. I don't think he meant to bump that 9-ball, but he's still okay.
And did I see you've got kind of like a pool playing family? Your sister plays, and
Yeah. I'm actually, I have family in the Philippines that play pool too, and
nice.
I'm the worst.
Oh, wow. Jason Sheerman trying to draw a little bit closer in this race to 7. Trails by 3 games here. Again, both these players undefeated.
Put himself on the rail, so now he's limited with what he can do.
So I didn't get a chance to ask you the other day, but what was your toughest match that you played in this year's event on the women's division? Do you have anybody that stood out, any match that was particularly close? Or did you just steamroll right through there?
I would say Julia. Yeah, she was probably my toughest 2 matches. She's been playing well.
Yeah, and I know you knocked Deanna out as well.
Mm-hmm.
Or not out, but onto the 1-loss side of the bracket, so she finished in 3rd place. Nice finish. Her top finish, I believe, Deanna Fisher.
It was.
Deanna Fisher, right?
Deanna Foster.
Foster. Deanna Foster finished 3rd place.
Yeah, that was her highest finish. And she's been training hard
Yeah.
just for this tournament because she wanted to make it her best tournament so far. And so she accomplished her goal.
Yeah, I know it's always tough right after you get knocked out of a tournament to really feel okay, but I think after you reflect on it a little bit, I'm sure she was thrilled with her finish, her top
She
finish.
was. She was very happy with her finish. Looks like Jason's about to get on the board here.
Pockets that 8-ball. Mark one up for Jason Sheerman. Now trails by just 2 games, and he will have the break in the final game of this 8-ball set. You can see quiet morning here at Strokers. Quieter than it's been in several days,
Yes,
for sure.
yes. There's no line to get inside.
Yeah. How does that affect you as a player? I mean, normally it's kind of buzzing and a little energy, and but it's pretty still in the room, very quiet. Does that change anything when you're playing, or?
I think it
affect
kind
you a
of
little
helps
bit?
me focus a little bit because you
Okay.
know that most of the focus from the room is on the players. So it's nice to be in like a little arena.
Yeah. So you enjoy the calmness.
I do. But then it's fun to be in a busy atmosphere also,
Sure.
you know, and believe it or not, that helps focus too, because if you can focus through that, then you can focus through anything.
Yeah, kind of block it all out. Jason Sheerman with the break here. Gets that
The
9
ball.
in the side, yeah. 2-ball just kind of clipped it there.
And he doesn't have anything tied up other than that. Is that 14 ball? Next to the solid ball? Next to the 7?
Sorry, commenters, I've kind of gotten away from, as Jeannie joined us, let's see. Somebody had asked about update on Jeanette's progress. I'm assuming you mean Jeanette Lee, the Black Widow. Far as I know, she's still undergoing treatments, or I think she recently finished maybe her 3rd round of chemo.
She did.
And I know.
And it was a tough one. So
Yeah. I know each time, at least the first couple, you know, she would feel pretty okay like immediately after, and then it would kind of kick in, you know, a day or so after the treatments were over. And so, but she's a fighter. I mean, you know, I've known Jeanette a long time, and, you know, if you know her history, she's been fighting her body for pretty much her entire life. So, you know, she has been very determined that she's going to fight this thing for as long as she can fight it. And she's got a lot of fans rooting her on. So that's about the best of the updates I can give you on her.
And her kids are driving her in the most positive way.
Yeah, oh, they're such cuties. Her youngest, too. I mean, is her
Savannah.
youngest not the spitting image of her?
Oh, man,
I mean, it's
she
just,
is.
I look at
She
her and I'm like,
is.
holy cow, this is mini Jeanette. Such a cute family. So I know she would have liked to have been here. At one point, she talked to me about trying to be here, and I said, you need to focus on you for right now and
Yes.
do what you need to do. So, of course, you can still donate to the Black Widow Legacy Fund, which is on GoFundMe. Last I looked, it was almost at the 200,000 mark, and of the goal of 250. So a lot of folks I know have been organizing different fundraisers. Lots of Jeanette's friends in the industry doing different things to raise money.
We have
for
one
that.
coming up April 10th for her.
Awesome. A tournament? Nice.
It's the one that's Carolwood Brulins.
Oh, yeah, the Brulins are great places for league, too, I know.
That's her number one
Yeah.
host.
We've done photo shoots in
location.
there. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
really?
a great facility. Yeah, beautiful facility. Well, that's good to hear. So that's how Jeanette's doing. Well, I missed a lot of comments through here. You guys have been busy. Jeannie
Oh, and
shows
May
up
8th,
and
we're
everybody
having
starts.
another one here, too. For Jeanette. I can't see the comments.
Yeah. Sorry, I got them on my computer here. Daniel Gamble currently up 4-3 on Clint Clark. Josh Watson currently leading 3-2 over Johnny Griffin. And we are doing continuous play this morning, so it is going to be a little hard to determine exactly what time the finals are going to be. We started at 9 a.m. Typically, I would say these matches are going to run an hour and a half to 2 hours. So my over-under on the final start time, probably 5. Could
Oh,
be
what a
earlier,
shot.
could be later.
What a shot.
I think she's signaling, do you want your phone?
Oh, I have mine. Okay, I'll go on my phone. Thank you.
Is that your manager?
Yeah.
Jason Richko was eliminated last night. Somebody was asking about Jason. He was eliminated, I believe, by Blake Baker in a Hill match early last evening. That one was available here on the live stream. You can go back and take a look at it. We've had some really great matches so far in this year's event. I suspect we'll see a few more great ones before it's all said and done. This was a question that came in, Jeannie.
Thank you, Rich Johnson.
Somebody was saying, how do you prepare for an early morning match? How do you stimulate the body and mind prior? He said he struggles to find his groove early in the morning.
So becoming a nurse, I actually had to become a morning person. So that, I think, really helped me. So I'm used to being up very early now. And being prepared for a 9 o'clock match really isn't early for me anymore.
Yeah, so you don't have that struggle.
Yeah.
So the answer is to become a nurse, sir.
Exactly.
Become a
yes.
nurse, get
Help
a
the
job where you have to get up
help
early.
the community.
Well, I bet you've had a busy year if in nursing.
Oh, very busy.
Yeah. Appreciate everything all the medical folks have done.
Sheerman looks like he's probably going to have to use the one ball to hold shape here, but he might not have to. High left English. Oh, yeah, he did have to use the one. But that's okay. Now he can follow this ball to play the 8 ball in this side pocket. Kind of wants to get the cue ball around that corner pocket. Oh no.
Ernesto
I'm reading the comments now.
Blake
Wow.
Baker tied up at 3-3.
Thanks, Dominic. Yes, Team Mez. That's where it's at. And Jason Sheerman is part of Team Mez. Oh, I can't believe he did. I think he tried to cheat the pocket too much, and he sacrificed this shot for shape.
Jason Jones back at the table now, holding a 3-1 lead. This is the final game of the 8-ball set. Completion of this game, they'll pull a few balls off the table and start the 9-ball set, which will go potentially up to 8 games. Do you tend to prefer to start? I think you said you like to start in the 8-ball. I know you said 8-ball wasn't your best game. Do you like to start in 8-ball though, so you can hit more balls?
Get it over with.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I know sometimes you guys like to be able to hit more balls. You feel like you get to.
That's another
kinda
thing.
Get in a
It
groove
kind
a
of,
little bit more.
if you're coming into the match cold, I think 8-ball helps to warm up.
Okay.
Because
So
you
if
have options to
If you're
shoot
picking,
at.
you pick 8-ball?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I do.
Yeah, that's been, I think maybe only one or maybe just one match that we did where they started in 9-ball, I think. I'm assuming you'd prefer the break overall, though.
Oh
When
yes.
when you're
if
picking this
I
event,
win
you're
the
taking
if
the
I
break.
win the lag or the flip, then yes, I pick the break.
Gotcha.
Even though my break was broken this tournament.
Dan Gamble now leading 5-3 over Clint Clark.
Jason Sheerman's the last Florida boy.
That's it, huh? There seemed like there were so many.
There were a lot of
Floridians
Florida
represented
players
here this year. I guess that has something to do with the fact that Florida's primarily been open for the most part this past year.
Jason Jones has a pool table at home, so he cheats.
Yeah, that's helpful too, right? Those that have had a table this year have been very fortunate, particularly in the early days of the pandemic when we were kind of all waiting at home. Pockets at 2 in the side.
He still has a 4-ball problem. He might be perfect. If it goes in the side, he can get under the 4-ball from here. He's a little top left. 2 rails. And if it doesn't go, then he's probably going to try and go for the breakout with more of a center left.
As far as I believe Jason Jones is the final Alabama player represented here. Somebody had asked that.
Oh, maybe he was trying a 3-rail breakout. No? I wonder if it goes. Richard Andrews, he said Jason Jones is the last Alabama boy.
He would know.
There were several of us.
My man Richard would know. Of course, Richard was in this year's event.
Yeah, I don't think it goes in the side. I think he can bank it, though. He tried.
Nearly had it.
Last chance, Sheerman, for this game.
Oh, it looks like that 4
Oh, he
must
made
have
it
dropped.
somewhere.
Yeah, we didn't have the camera angle there for
Wow.
a second. It looks like that 4-ball dropped, so he's now on the
Yep.
8-ball.
So he's probably gonna go up 4-1 here.
Nice.
It's a nice shot.
All right, Jason Jones closes out the 8-ball set with a sizable advantage now, 4-1, as we move into the 9-ball set. Did you trail at any point in any? I know you went undefeated in your matches this year. Did you trail at any point in any particular match where you were down more than a game or two?
I think Julia Sheerman had me down 2-0.
Was that was in the was that the final? Or
I
the
think
or
it
the
was.
first
It
time
was
you
either
guys
the
went?
final or for the hill.
Yeah. Okay. And that was it, huh?
That's it. That's the only time.
A great tournament for you.
Thank you. I tell you what, though, Tina Larson, she had some opportunities where she had a couple really bad rolls, and if those rolls didn't affect her plan, then she would have been ahead on me.
Yeah, Tina's a great player. Has won this event 3 times. I'm guessing you guys have maybe squared off before somewhere along the way.
Quite a few times.
Yeah. Oh, Clint Clark, Dan Gamble now tied at 5-all.
Oh, wow.
Matches are moving along this morning.
Yeah, I think they're warmed up now that they've been playing a couple days.
Yeah. Make sure we thank our sponsors, Action Cues, PoolDog.com, Valley Dynamo, and our friends over in Belgium, Aramith, the premier billiard balls. These players are playing with the Aramith TV balls. Now in the 9-ball set, Jason Sheerman finishes up the rack. Jason Jones will have the break. Looking for a chance to extend his lead.
It's a good break. Difficult on the one ball. Of course, he's going to have to play safe. He has a couple options. He can jack up, try and draw the cue ball one rail behind the 6. He tried to. But it's still safe.
Jason Jones looking pretty strong early on. Wouldn't you agree? I mean,
Oh,
he's-
absolutely. A very good player.
Says here he's got multiple regional high-level wins throughout the Southeast. I mentioned earlier he was on that 2010 team that won the Masters. Started playing when he was 3 years old on a 9-foot
Sheerman.
Brunswick, standing on a milk crate.
Oh, you could see the ball. He made a good hit, but I think that's trouble for Sheerman. Because Jason, it looks like he can see this shot. He can see the one ball. And the 2's hanging in the side. Oh, no, he is hooked. He's trying the old kick and stick. Sherman's probably going to have to kick this one rail and hope that the cue ball goes down towards where he's standing, like between the 2 and the 7, while the 1 goes towards the rail on the where the 4 is. Oh, he could see it. Wow.
So some back and forth safety play here early in this first
Exactly.
rack.
He's kicking. Look at this.
Wow. Jason's sizing up his options here. Again, this is Jason Sheerman in the black, currently at the table.
He's just trying to make it simple, go one rail. And he's not going to try and kick at it full because that 5 ball is there. So he's going to try and hit the left side of the 1. Oh, that's the 9 ball there.
This is funny. It says,
Okay, I see.
I mentioned Jason Jones
That
started
way.
playing at 3 years old on a milk crate on a Brunswick. This says Blake Baker was born on a gold crown. That's what somebody said. That's pretty funny.
That is fun.
And if it's true, pretty miraculous, but I'm guessing that is.
2 rail kick. He's going to have to spin it a little because the 3 is there. Oh, it's a 3 rail kick. Nice shot. I think Jason Jones is about to pull out the jump cue. No? No jump cue. Nope, he's going back to get it.
Again, this is Mr. Jones' 7th appearance here at the U.S. Amateur Championship. His first time to finish in the top 8. Nearly pocketed that 1 ball in the jump shot.
He was trying. So I can't tell if it goes or not.
Dan Gamble now up 6-5 on Clint Clark. He is on the hill.
I think it goes.
Blake Baker up 5-3 on Ernesto Bayawa. Again, that's an elimination match. One of those two is going to be going home after this 9 a.m. round. Josh Watson with a commanding 5-2 lead over Johnny Griffin.
It's tough to get shape with that 3 ball there and the 6. It's nice. Now he's jacked up over the 4 ball, so he has no choice but to draw the cue ball. Well, no, he can go forward 2 rails, but it's a lot of traffic, so he's better off drawing the cue ball.
A lot of love out there for Mr. Brad Jones, our referee, bringing you the score updates. Appreciate all his hard work this week. You cannot imagine how many times he's had to ask people to raise their masks, I'm sure, and other things that
I'm sure.
he may not love doing, but has been doing to keep everyone as healthy as possible in this event, in this environment. Players have been really great about the COVID protocols too, which we certainly appreciate.
He's probably going to draw this cue ball also and play the 4 ball where he's standing in that corner. Which one's the 4 ball?
The
It is
pink.
that 4 ball.
The pink one up there.
Okay.
A pretty pink one. Between the color variations and the lighting, sometimes it's tough to, especially with the strike balls, it gets really tough to differentiate them. We don't have a great view of the table ourselves here in the broadcast booth. We can see it about 3 tables over from us, so we look at the
I think
the
he's probably
monitors.
going to play this 1 rail shape to where the cue ball is around where he's at now. Oh, he hit it a little light, but I think he's okay.
Daniel Gamble has defeated Clint Clark 7-5, so Daniel, I believe, moves to the hot seat match against the winner of this match.
Oh, I can look on CompuSport.
Yeah, CompuSport.us, but I believe that's the way the bracket plays out here. Clint Clark.
Yeah, there are
will
only
move
4
to the-
people in the winner's bracket,
yeah,
so.
Clint Clark will move to the 1-loss side and have to work his way back. Certainly possible. We've seen that happen many times before. Somebody's going to come out of that 1-loss side.
Uh-oh, he did not want to touch that 7 ball. He was trying to play 2 rail shape. Oh, he's good though. He can still cut the 6 on the side. Have the cue ball go up and down the table. He can be easy, go 1 rail. He can be fancy, go 2 rails.
Again, this is Jason Sheerman's first appearance in the U.S. Amateur Championship, so an outstanding run for him, regardless of what happens from here on out.
Little stun shot here.
Jason comes from across the other side of the state, Port St. Lucie, Florida.
I was surprised Chris Gentile didn't come with him.
That's a name I recognize, yeah. Jason takes the first game of the 9-ball set, draws within 2 games of Jason Jones. He will have the break. Jason Sheerman wanted to acknowledge longtime friends and mentors John and Tony Croza, and he also mentioned Oscar Dominguez on and off the table. And he also mentioned the fact that his wife Julie is always so supportive of his hobbies like pool. So that seems to have worked out for both of them pretty well.
Yes, they both love the sport. I don't know if they have a pool table at home, but I know they absolutely love playing. Julie is always asking questions and ways to improve her game, not just physically but mentally. You know, she's like, "What do you do when this happens?" Or
I think she said she'd only been playing about 10 years, so she's still learning in a lot of ways.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think we all are, hopefully anyway.
Blake Baker now with just a 1-game lead over Ernesto, 5-4 there.
He let Whitey go a little bit, but I think someone's pushing.
Someone said, I think this is in reference to Chris Gentile. He's moving to California. Did a going away tournament. That's from Ashley Morgan. Ashley was here.
Oh yeah, I saw on Facebook he was having some tournament at Rax. His farewell party.
That's a good farewell party for a pool player. Let's do a tournament. I like that. That's a great idea. Again, if you're just joining us, you're seeing continuing coverage of the U.S. Amateur Championship.
Hey, Roro. She said Jason has a table at home. So, they do practice at home. Sheerman.
Been at Strokers since early this week, setting up for this event. The ladies' event kicked off on Wednesday, concluded on Thursday, and the Open Division got underway Friday. So this is the final day here. Really appreciate everything Strokers has done for us in hosting this event. Their staff here is amazing.
We're about to see a safety from Sheerman. Unless he wants to bank it in. But I think he's going to play safe. You can freeze him on the 6-ball. Or play the 1-ball straight, hit it full, and just draw it back like an inch. Yeah, that's what I liked on the 6-ball. Mr. Jones looks like he's aiming for the 1-rail kick. And that 7-ball's going to swell up. So this is where you have to be smart because it's such an easy kick, but you don't want to leave your opponent an easy shot. Oh, it looks like he can see it. So he's going to thin the 1-ball and play 2-rail safety. Or 3. 4. That's nice.
Josh Watson now up 6-2 on Johnny Griffin. Josh needs just 1 game. That's also on the 1-loss side of the bracket, so one of those two will be going home after this 9 a.m. round.
So Ro Gornero was talking in the comments. She's the one that said that Jason Sheerman has a table at home. She's been here quite a few times also. Surprised to not see her as one of the qualifiers.
Well, I believe we had the highest number of preliminary entrants for this year. We had the multiple entry windows. Certainly contributed to that. That, and I think a lot of players just itching to play in any tournament they could. Certainly helped, but the competition here after year just gets more and more difficult. Harder to qualify, harder to win.
Oh.
Rattled that one
He kind
ball.
of forced it. And it's one of those shots where you really need to focus on being smooth.
Blake Baker now on the hill, 6-4 over Ernesto Bayal, 1 game away from moving on and eliminating Ernesto.
Let's see what Jason Jones does for shape on the 2. Not too shabby. He's looking at how to get shape on the 3 in the side.
Pockets had 2 in
Perfect.
the corner.
Just one rail shape for the 4. He can draw the ball. Yeah. Oh, I think he meant to go a little further than that by like 2 feet. Gotta watch out for the 8 ball here. It's nice. And this is just natural. You make it and you're on the 8. And he's got a little angle, so he'll probably play the 9 in the same pocket. Oh, he didn't draw the ball enough, so he can still cut it in that same pocket that he was planning for, but it's a little more difficult than what he was planning. Just gotta watch the scratch in that corner pocket over there.
Well, he can't get the 9 to go. Left a sea of blue in between.
Oh, yeah. That's as much distance as you can get. Almost, anyway.
Yeah. Chance for Jason Sheerman here to pull within 1 game.
Sheerman's gonna stay in it.
Nicely done. Pockets at 9. No problem there. He'll have the break, down just 1 game. Here at the U.S. Amateur Championship, we started with 117 players, 128 qualified, 117 made it here to Strokers, and we are down to the final 8 this morning. I should say 7 now. No, I'm sorry, that was a match on the undefeated side, so we're still at 8 players. And as I say that, though, it looks like I see Johnny Griffin unscrewing his cue case, or his cue, putting it in the case. That match may have just come to a conclusion. My guess is Josh Watson has won that match, but I'll wait till we get an update. Yeah, Josh Watson wins 7-2 against Johnny Griffin, so Johnny with the top 8 finish. Strong tournament for him. Josh Watson will move on. Face the winner of this Ernesto Bayala-Blake Baker match. Here on the main table, players looking at the rack a little bit.
The rack is crucial.
You know, we have not seen, we saw it a little bit in the ladies event early on, the template rack, but have not seen much of it. Do you, are you a template rack person, or are you like the old traditional?
So I think that once you start a match with one rack, I think you should stick with that same rack. So I think that's why I stuck with the wooden rack for my matches. But I do like the template racks because there's no dispute about gaps because there aren't any gaps. So it makes racking much easier.
Pockets at one in the side. Got something else there too, I think. Let's see.
The 7.
7 ball, yeah.
So it looks like he can cut this 2 ball in the right corner pocket and then play the 3 in the same pocket. I would use top left English. More center left.
Blake Baker has just defeated Ernesto Bayala.
What a match.
Avenges that first round loss to Ernesto. They had a hill-hill match in the very first round. Blake has been working his way back through the one-loss bracket. Bumps Ernesto from the tournament. He will move on to face Josh Watson. Should be a great match there.
Sheerman's going to stun this ball up because he has the natural angle to get on the 4 ball. And then he'll probably just stop that shot right there for the 5 in the side. And it looks like we have a match here. This is the last. Oh, is there a match on table 1?
I think he's just practicing over there now. I think
Okay.
that's Dan Gamble over there.
Okay. So it looks like we're just waiting on this match.
Yeah, because Gamble will play the winner here for this match. So
What a perfect name for the sport he picked.
Daniel's had, I believe Daniel finished as high as runner-up here a few years back. So
He's going to have another little stun shot here. So he has a natural angle for the 6 to get to the 8. Oh, he made himself straighter. So he's going to be drawing this cue ball.
pretty quick round of matches this morning. We started at 9. All 3 of the other matches have concluded. Our stream match about an hour and 10 minutes in now. It is continuous play today, so at the conclusion of this round, they'll get the next round off fairly quickly.
Two rail shape. I think he puts top left on it. So he can play the 9 in the corner he's standing at.
Pockets the 8. Looks to be in great shape on this 9. Chance to draw even in this race to 7. Fires that 9-ball in the corner pocket, and we are tied up at 4, folks. Here in the Battle of the Jasons. The Battle of the Undefeated Jasons. Winner here will move on to face Dan Gamble.
Kirk Overcash commented Daniel was second to Brian Parks a few years ago.
That's right. I believe Daniel had actually sent Brian to the one-loss side of the bracket that year, if I'm not mistaken. I think he had a pretty lopsided win that sent Brian over there, and then Brian came back and beat him in the final. I'm pretty sure on that. I got a lot of USAMs under my belt, but if I'm remembering that correct, I'm sure he'll correct me if I'm misremembering that.
Chris Gentile commented, I was stealing if I was able to play at shooters.
Blake Baker just won his match against Ernesto Bayawa, so he moves on to face Josh Watson on the one-loss side of the bracket. So he is still in. Ernesto exits with a top 8 finish.
Dominic Dunn said Maggie McGrath's. She made it to the finals against Jeannie, who's commentating right now. Oh, he was responding to somebody about how Julia did. Okay, I see.
Somebody doesn't like that I called it the one-loss side instead of the loser side. But
Oh, jeez.
Justin, that's correct. I prefer not to refer to it as the loser side, but it just sounds a little nicer, doesn't it? The one-loss side.
Yeah, I don't like to say it either.
I bet you like it even less to be on it.
No, correct. I fight as much as I can.
Well, so far in the 9-ball set, it's been all Jason Sheerman. Somebody had mentioned earlier that
Yeah,
he was quite the 9-ball player.
Looks
so.
to me like both of them favor 9-ball a little bit. Sheerman looks like he's in a good position here if that 5 goes past the 9. He probably wants the cue ball right around where it is now to get shape on the 5 from the 4. If it goes.
This is again the last match of the 9 a.m. round, still in play.
I think he went a little further than he wanted to. Looks like he's aiming low. Okay, but it went forward. That's nice. It looks like it does go. It looks a little tight, but even if he hits the rail first, pocket speed should go.
Again, this event is being held at Strokers in Palm Harbor, Florida, just across the bay there from Tampa. One of the top pool rooms here in the Tampa area. Lots of tournaments and leagues that come through here 14 9-foot tables.
If you've never been, come by and try the Freddy shrimp.
Yeah, Freddy. I've not had any Freddy shrimp this week. I can't believe it.
What's wrong with you?
I don't know. I just have ordered different stuff.
Everything they have is good.
Yeah.
Look at this. Sheerman's got the first chance to take the lead.
Of course, Jose Del Rio, the owner here at Strokers, a pool player himself. He was in this year's event. Pockets that 9-ball, and as Jeannie said, takes his first lead of the match, 5-4. He has found another gear in the 9-ball set. Now 2 games away from advancing on the undefeated side.
They're doing rack your own.
Well,
Yeah, I didn't
was
think
going to say
so.
the referee quickly intercedes on that. Our referee, Brad Jones, right on top of that one. Brad runs the Mid-America APA back in Southeast Missouri, Southern Illinois. Was one of the first 2 leagues to reopen after the pandemic back in May. I think he and the Memphis APA were the first 2 to reopen and have been able to remain open throughout. In fact, they did that Highway 55 showdown back in the fall. It was a Moscone-style event between the 2 leagues. I love all the creative things league operators come up with to match players up in different tournaments.
Oh,
So
absolutely.
much creativity out there.
There
Keeping
it
things
is.
fresh and fun. And
I know the East Coast where I'm from, Brevard APA, they do a lot of good things for their players.
who runs that league?
Rich Johnson
Okay.
and Jennifer Lust, they just took it over from Rich Chamberlain.
Yeah, Rich Chamberlain, that's right. A lot of pool playing here in the state of Florida, no doubt about it. If they're not at the beach, they're at the pool hall, I guess. It's one pool or another.
Mike Strout here, he does a lot of things too.
Yeah,
And
Mike's a great guy.
Jeanette does too when she can,
Jeanette Lee runs the APA league there in Tampa. Mike Strout over here in Pinellas County. Haven't seen Mike this week.
No, he was here.
Was he here? I didn't get a chance to see him, unfortunately, but he's a great guy. I've known Mike for a long, long time. He and his wife, Sherry. Another strong break for Mr. Sheerman.
The most difficult part of this rack is from the 3 to the 4. And other than that, it looks like it's another good opportunity for Sheerman to get closer to the 7 mark.
A win here would put him on the hill.
He is a little straight here, so I don't know if he can cheat the pocket to stun it. Oh, nope. He's probably too straight. He's going to jack it up. He's going to draw the cue ball. Okay, so he did have a little angle.
Now, did I hear you say you play APA Masters?
Mm-hmm.
So
I
you get
do.
you get to kind of play this format in league too, then, because it's
Yes,
very
yes.
similar to the
Very
USAM format,
similar.
the combination 8-ball, 9-ball. Very popular format amongst the higher skilled players, certainly. No handicap used. And
Yeah.
Can use the jump cues. It's a little bit
And-
different than standard APA league play, and I know a lot of the higher skilled players really enjoy it.
And Jason's perfect to play 3-rail shape here. 3 or 4-rail.
Hoping to have our Masters Championship later this year in August.
Is that when Vegas is?
We're hoping so. Nothing is official yet, but, I think the world is, at least our country is moving towards some more normalcy, hopefully. And
Oh, watch out, 8-ball. Nice little kiss off that 5 helped him.
so, yeah, it's my understanding with Vegas that the state is getting ready to turn over decisions on events to the city. I believe that comes May 1st. So the city is now taking in plans from event organizers on, how they're going to follow guidelines, kind of like we've had to do here at Strokers, what kind of precautions will be in place. And if we can work all that out and large-scale events are allowed to return over the summer, I think we should be in good shape come August. I know there's a lot of anxious pool players out there waiting to hear, and we're anxious about it too, but I think at this point we really like our chances, especially if you compare that back to when, we made the decision to reschedule that again in January. Seems like there was a lot more unknowns with cases and vaccine rates, but I think come August we may be back at the Westgate.
Nice.
That's the hope.
That's a beautiful location.
Yeah, I love the Riviera for all its history, but, the Westgate is far superior just in terms of quality. There's no doubt.
I mean, the Riviera had its day.
Yeah, its day had passed.
Definitely.
I was actually in that hotel the very last night it was open.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they kicked us out the next morning, and I loved her, but it was time for her to go. Her best days were long gone. Yep, our Pool Player Championships closed out that event back in May of 2015. Meanwhile, Jason Sheerman just on fire in this 9-ball set.
Yeah, that was a nice run. Another break and run. On the hill.
That he is. Jason Sheerman now in command in this race to 7. Needs one final game, and he will have the benefit of the break to try to put this match away and continue on the on the undefeated side of the bracket. The loser here will move to the 1-loss side. We'll need to do a little more work if they're going to make it to the final match. The winner here is going to face Daniel Gamble in the hot seat match.
Daniel is keeping himself warm.
That he is. Daniel's one of those guys you see here year after year, always typically a top finisher. So whoever wins this match is going to have their work cut out for them. I don't officially know who our next match would be, but I got to imagine we'll see the Gamble and whoever wins this match in the undefeated side for the hot seat. No matter which match we have at this point, you're going to get a good one.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Mr. Sheerman, let's see what you got.
This is his final break. Yeah, better take your time.
All right.
2 on the break, so you made the 1 and the 8-ball, and there really are no problems here. The most difficult part would be from the 6 to the 7, especially if you start to feel the pressure. But Jason's used to these pressure situations. Very seasoned player.
You like his chances to end it right here then?
I do. I think he's just going to use a little stop shot English here so it stuns over to the left a little, and Shoots the 3 in the opposite corner. Oh, I didn't think he had that angle. It's so funny to see things from away from the table.
It's a little more challenging, isn't it?
At least I had the stun part right. 2 rail shape. Or 1. It looks like he's putting some inside. Or outside. 2 rails.
And all Mr. Jones can do is sit back and hope for a chance. He has not had many opportunities as of late. Really no opportunities for several racks.
Would this be three in a row if he breaks and runs?
I believe so.
Nothing you can do about
tough. That's tough. You know, your opponent gets the break and just doesn't stop. That's what makes this event so difficult. Uh-oh, and there's the opportunity that Mr. Jones was hoping for. Let's see what he can do with it. Hunter says 5 in a row. He was down 4-1, so he's won 4 in a row. I don't know that he ran out 5 in a row.
Mr. Jones looks like he's trying to keep it as simple as possible.
Well, he realizes, I'm sure, that his opportunities from here on out might be few and far between, so going to be real deliberate.
That's perfect.
You can see him willing that ball on a little bit.
Bottom right to draw the cue ball 2 rails. To try and keep the cue ball on that side of the table. Or he can go up and down. Oh, wow. He was trying to hit the 9. Oh.
So, he concedes the match there out of
Wow.
frustration.
What a match. He sat for 3 games, you know. All he did was rack, so
Yeah.
he probably felt a little cold. And
disappointing in there for Jason Jones, but on the bright side,
he's
still in this bad boy,
Exactly.
so he's going to have a chance to play again.
Oh, no.
No need to be super frustrated. What happened? Oh, we're back on camera. Well, folks, we appreciate you tuning in to that match. We will be back here shortly from here at the U.S. Amateur Championship at Strokers.
Well, thank you for having me,
yes,
Jason.
Jeannie,
Nicole.
thanks for joining us. And again, congratulations on your victory. And, folks, we will be back in just a few minutes. Thanks for joining us.
See you guys later.